Here we are playing the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to code, sign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and power back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. Good morning. What's going on? I see you in here. I see Riley and Sylvia and Duran and who else? Darlene. It's good to see you. I see someone said Obama. I don't know what that means. Who is the Joker? Well, the Joker. Let's start there. How many of you, give me a yes or no, if you watched The Joker, if you saw the movie The Joker. Did anybody see that movie? It was a very good movie. Alicia got real excited about it because Alicia is a mental health expert, and she sees patients and clients and everything else and helps them with their mental health. So she really got a kick out of the movie because it was very much about the crisis in the mental health system. If you don't know about the Joker, in case you've lived under a rock for 40 years, the Joker is one of the he's one of the villains in Batman. The Joker is this one of Batman's, I guess, arch nemesis, and he's the guy that wants to kill everybody and blow everybody up and stuff like that. Heath Ledger played the Joker, and the role was so dark that Heath Ledger, they believe that that's why Heath Ledger overdosed. I personally believe he overdosed because he just liked drugs a lot, but then again, who am I? I'm just running my mouth on the internet. But anyway, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you're on Twitter, please retweet. Please retweet this. My Twitter is Dr. Boyce Watkins 1, Dr. Boyce Watkins 1. And some of you may be on Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And I want to say what's up to everybody on Instagram as well. And Facebook, if you're on Facebook, please share this. If you're on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button, share, notification bell, as well as a subscribe button. Just hit a bunch of buttons and just support the platform. That will really help us a lot. So let me tell you what happened with the Joker. The Joker was played by a guy named Joaquin Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix, I've seen him around. I don't know much about him. I don't really think about him that much. He's sort of another white actor. Doesn't really stand out, honestly, for me. I mean, he's talented, but I just don't think about white people that much. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. But I'll tell you what. Let me tell you this. The man earned my respect with this one. He earned my respect because he did something and said something that a lot of white folks won't do. He stepped out on a limb and addressed an issue that a lot of white folks don't want to address. He actually received an honor from the British, I guess he got Best Actor Award from the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. And when he went up and gave his speech, he used his golden opportunity to address systematic racism within the filmmaking industry. So can we maybe just take a moment? I know this ain't no white supremacy thing or praising a white man type stuff, but just give this brother a round of applause for the fact that he did actually try, right? He went out and did something most white folks are afraid to do. He actually spoke on something that black folks have known about this since Jesus was a teenager. Like we've been knowing about this since Jesus was in high school. But white folks don't really seem to get it, and they don't really care. And I've told you guys that he doesn't care. I've told you guys, or excuse me, that they don't care. I've told you guys that white folks don't really think much about you in that way, or that white folks aren't really sitting around using whatever brain power they have to solve the systematic racism equation. I believe that's something that is our job. I believe it's our job to figure out how to resolve systematic racism because we're affected by it. I really believe that. I don't believe, put it this way, I'm not a fan of sitting around waiting for white people to stop being white. I'm not a fan of sitting around waiting for them to be nice to us. I'm not a fan of believing that our destiny and our future is in the hands of other people. Can you, if you agree with me, please put an amen in the chat. Can I get an amen? I'd like an amen on the idea that the future of Black people will be controlled by Black people. It can't happen any other way. It can't happen any other way. It can't happen any other way. You can't go through life thinking that you're ever going to be in power because somebody is going to just give you power. Or, you know, like the Kansas City Chiefs won that Super Bowl. They couldn't sit around thinking that they were going to win that Super Bowl trophy because the San Francisco 49ers decided to have a heart and give them the trophy and let them come back from a 2010 deficit. They had to go in there and take it. They had to figure out a battle plan and go get it. They had to figure out what they were doing wrong and start doing some things right and go and get it. They had to adjust their strategy and go get it. They had to learn to play better defense and go get it. They had to figure out a way to get Patrick Mahomes some space so he could throw that ball so they could go get it. So the same thing happens in life. The same thing is true for anything you want in life. Most of the time, if you're trying to get power, ain't nobody gonna give it to you. You got to go out there and get it. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Please, everybody right now, take a second. Please hit that thumbs up button. Very important. All right, so let me read some of Joaquin's speech to you so you guys will know exactly what he said. So he got his Best Actor award for the film The Joker. The Joker was a great movie. I highly recommend it. We actually saw it twice because Alicia just liked it that much. And it was a really interesting thing. You know, it was like the sort of the prequel or the backstory behind the Joker. Like, how did he become the Joker? You know, and I like that. I like that theme because I'm a believer that a lot of times the people that are out here doing horrible shit to other people, it's because somebody did horrible things to them. Like usually, you know, like, terrorism is not built in a vacuum. You know, thuggery is not built in a vacuum. The bully, you know, has usually been bullied himself and realized that the only way he could have that power is by acting like a bully, right? And so the Joker is kind of in that space too. And it was a great performance. He deserved the award. I knew he was going to get it. I did not know he was going to give this speech, and I thought it was important to point it out. I want to shout out RZA Islam because RZA Islam is the guy who actually I follow him on Twitter. I saw that he shared it, and I said, this is something worth talking about. So he says, the BAFTAs, which is the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, have always been very supportive of my career, and I'm deeply appreciative. He spoke at the Royal Albert Hall in London. He said, but I have to say that I also feel conflicted because so many of my fellow actors that are deserving don't get the same privilege. I think that we send a very clear message to people of color that you're not welcome here. Phoenix said it wasn't a self-righteous criticism. He says, I'm ashamed to say that I'm part of the problem. I have not done everything in my power to ensure that the sets I work on are inclusive. But he also said, this is according to, it looks like Huffington Post. He also said that the problem was more than simply pushing for multicultural sets. Quote, I think that we have to really do the hard work to truly understand systemic racism. It is the obligation of the people who have created and perpetuate and benefit from a system of oppression to be the ones that dismantle it. So that's on us. Now, I'm going to just tell you like this. Here's how I view a guy like a Joaquin Phoenix. I look at it like this. You know, this racial divide, this racial inequality thing, whatever you want to call it, it's something that affects everybody. And I would look at it like this. I don't really look at Joaquin so much as an ally in the sense of me saying, you know, okay, great, I want to go with you to talk to white people about how to become less white. I would look at it as I appreciate the fact that you coming to get your people and I'm going to go get my people. You go talk to your people. I don't want to talk to your people. I don't want to go. I'm telling you, I think one of the most confusing jobs I've ever seen are black people who go around explaining to white people why racism hurts their feelings. It doesn't mean I don't have respect for those people or that they don't have value, but you know, you got black folks that literally that's their whole fucking career. Like I'm a diversity specialist, so my job is to go and explain to white people, you know, how they can have more diversity and things like that. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I got to process that. I would say that I don't have enough patience for that job because I feel like that type of role is very demeaning. Because even when they claim to want to implement diversity policies, it's always a bunch of bullshit. Have you ever seen a company or an organization badly implement a diversity strategy? Has anybody ever seen that? Where they'll bring in, you know, you'll say, okay, you don't have enough black people. You have nothing but white people here. You need to bring in black people. So they start bringing in black people who are pretty much as whiter than the white people that they had before. Like literally the whitest black people they can possibly find, right? You know, like University of Kentucky used to do that. When I was a student at University of Kentucky, I was a grad student and I used to teach classes there as well in the math department. And I remember that whenever they hired a black person that was the head of diversity and multiculturalism, we always knew it was some bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? Tell me yes or no if you've ever seen this, if you understand that subtlety. You know, how it's almost like women telling men you need to diversify, you know, and have more women involved in your organization. So they go hire a bunch of strippers or something. You know what I mean? Or they go get, you know what I mean? Like they go get like the most ratchet, raggedy ass women they can find, right? And so in a way, it's kind of a tough trade-off because I'm just a believer that the sickness of this racism is so deep that I don't even want to be a part of these organizations that you run. You, unfortunately, as white folks, no disrespect intended, but you've proven yourself to be grossly unqualified to run organizations that manage and impact the lives of black people. You've proven yourself to be grossly unqualified to educate black children in the public school system. You've proven yourself grossly unqualified to manage black people in the workplace in an effective and meaningful and relevant and fair sort of way. You've proved yourself grossly unqualified to run universities where black people are going hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt just to get a degree from some raggedy old white man who didn't even want to teach them in the first place, right? I just don't trust you in that role. You know, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let's break it down like this. Black folks, I'm talking to my people now. I'm not talking to Joaquin's people. Joaquin had talked to his people last night, and I hope that conversation continues because it's for their benefit. But I'm gonna talk to my people right now. Here's what you need to understand as black people. You are the golden goose. You have the talent that everybody else wants to get a piece of. You are the ones who are emulated by everybody else all around the world. You are the ones that people see and say, oh my God, I can make $1 billion from that person's talent. You know, that Super Bowl had a whole bunch of black dudes that were running that game, right? You are the ones who are in the driver's seat when it comes to your potential and your capability. So it's up to you to decide, do I want my abilities to be managed by people who have proven themselves to be grossly unqualified to fairly and effectively impact or manage the careers of black people? You know, sure, you can sit and wait around for the Oscars to decide they want to start bringing more black people in, but that's a win for them. It's not a win for you. It's a win for them because they get more talented people under their umbrella. It's a loss for you because you could have built your own umbrella, right? So remember, integration was a failed policy, not because integration itself is a bad idea. Integration was a failed policy because whenever the integration took place, they got on top, you got on the bottom. I heard people talk about that when they were talking about Anderson Cooper and the way he likes his boyfriends and stuff. They say Anderson Cooper is a bottom, and I was like, what does that mean? They said, well, you know, he likes to be on the bottom. I was like, I don't even want to hear that. I don't care about that. But seriously, like black folks, that's what they do with you. They say, let's integrate, let's get together, and let's make something happen. We'll get on top, you get on the bottom, right? And that's what they do. When they come together with you, they say, we'll be the owners and the managers and the leaders, and you'll be the help. We'll be the business owners. We'll be the executives. You'll be the entertainment. That's why I pointed out that Ellen DeGeneres ad that you saw. See, Ellen DeGeneres is one of those other false allies that you think you got out here who don't really respect you, because Ellen DeGeneres did that whole commercial. And in that whole commercial, they did all these vignettes from different parts of history. Every single one was European history. They did about 7 or 8 of them. Every single one of them was European history. Not one single historical moment with Black people in it in that ad. And then when they did finally put Black people in the ad, because I was watching, I said, damn, this is a really white ad. Like, this is even whiter than the other white stuff I've seen. When they finally put Black people in that damn ad, they were one was an entertainer, a rapper. The other one was a secretary. So the role that they tend to see for you is not that of the leader. It's not that of the manager. It's not that of the owner. It's not that of the boss. It is that of the entertainment and that of the help. They want you to be the entertainment and the help. And so sometimes you got to realize that integration does not work in your favor, that when they reject you, they're actually doing you a favor. You know, if really, it's like I think about this old girlfriend I had in college who was a raggedy ass piece of shit. I mean, just a terrible human being, just a terrible woman. And I thought I loved this woman. I really wanted this woman to integrate me into her life. I wanted her to accept me. I wanted her to give me another chance and to be with me. And I begged her to take me back and all this other stuff. And she rejected me. And I was really mad. I was really hurt. I was feeling really down. But then years later, I said, my God, I would love to send this woman a thank you card, because if she had accepted me, that would have been the worst thing in the world to ever happen to me. So what Black folks got to understand is that whether you're talking about your love of another human being or the extensive, everlasting love you have for white folks, your love for white supremacy, you never want to sit around all day begging for the attention of a toxic human being. You never want to beg a toxic person or a toxic institution to accept you. You never want to see it as success because this toxic, sick son of a bitch finally decided that they were going to take you back. But that's exactly what you're doing when you're waiting for these undoubtedly racist institutions like the British Academy of Film and Television Arts or the Oscars. When you're begging them to take you in, you don't understand that even in that situation, you think you won, but you really lost. That in economics, we call that the winner's curse. When that raggedy ass piece of shit woman in college, if she had taken me back, I would have thought I won. I would have had a party. I'd have been like, woo, I'm so happy now. I would have thought I won, but really I would have lost, because I could have ended up marrying that crazy ass woman. So she did me a favor by sending me away. So always thank God when a toxic person tells you to hit the bricks. That's God's way of telling you that you got something better on the horizon. Now I'm marrying a real Black woman, not that raggedy thing. She didn't even age well. I saw a picture of her. She's just ugly and whatever. Anyway, I sound just evil, right? Anyway, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Also, my website is boycewatkins.com. If you guys want to see what we have going on or my books and stuff like that, feel free to go to boycewatkins.com. If you want to check out our financial workbooks for children, you can go to financialworkbooks.com. We have workbooks for every grade level. They're really, really good. You're going to love them. That's financialworkbooks.com. So let me just say this. Look, I think Joaquin Phoenix did a great thing by letting white folks know, you got a good thing going right now. For whatever reason, he didn't say it, but this is my interpretation. This is how I'm going to translate some of this. Basically, what he should be saying to those white folks is, look, you got a good thing going right now. Almost like saying to a man, you got a real good woman, and for some reason, she's stupid enough to want to love you. She's stupid enough to want to be by your side. Right? You don't deserve her, but she still loves you. So he's like, look, you've got a good community of Black people who, for whatever reason, maybe it's their white Jesus or whatever, but for whatever reason, they keep forgiving you despite your bullshit. For whatever reason, they still honor you despite the fact that you have less talent. For whatever reason, they still love you despite the fact that you have crapped on them at every available opportunity for the last 400 years. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Go ahead and bite the bullet and do the right thing and give these people a couple of crumbs so that they won't go away and realize how talented they are and go build their own. That's my interpretation of the Joaquin Phoenix speech. That's why he and I would give very different speeches. His speech to his people would be, Black folks, you need to let Black people in because that's going to make us all better. And we need to do the right thing. And we need to understand systematic racism. My speech to Black people is, who gives a shit what they do? Build your own, start your own award show. Anybody can make an award. We had an award show. Do anybody remember we had the Black Spades tournament? We did a spades tournament because I just like spades. And we did a little spades tournament. Do you know, we went to the store and bought trophies for like less than $50. But the trophies were really meaningful to the people that won them, right? So you can get a trophy like the Oscar trophy and all. You can go buy a trophy pretty cheap. You can create an award show on your own. It ain't hard to do. It ain't like building a rocket ship to Mars. And so the same way that you sit and clamor for them to give you their little awards, you can actually create your own, because I hate to break it to you, but award shows are actually made up. They're created. They're a figment of someone's imagination. The Pulitzer Prize was something where they said, let's create a prize and name it after, I think it's Joseph Pulitzer, whatever the hell his name is, right? The Oscars were created. They just made it up. They said, let's create something called the Oscars and we'll just act like it's a big deal so that people who don't know who they are going to think it's a big deal too, right? So you can create your own awards, Black people. You ain't got to wait for your oppressor to acknowledge you. You can actually create something of your own. And that's really, to me, the greatest gift you can leave your children, unless you want them to sign up for the same slavery that has frustrated you for your entire life. The choice is up to you. I'm going to get out of here. Do me a favor. Could you please hit that thumbs up button right now? Please hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to help us grow the platform, we could use your help. Feel free to go to intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. You can pick any monthly amount you want to use to support the platform, and we'll give you free stuff in exchange. So it's a really great deal for you. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. Also, I'm going to be speaking in San Jose at a Black Wealth Summit in, I think, March. Constance Carter invited me. She's a brilliant real estate agent out there. The URL, if you live near San Jose or in the Bay Area, is wesummit-boyce.com. That's wesummit, wesummit-boyce.com. If you go to wesummit-boyce.com, you can get your tickets there. Last but not least, if you want to check out my Black Stock Market class, feel free to go to theblackstockmarketprogram.com, THE. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. I want everybody in here at some point to learn how to invest in the stock market, because it's extremely important. I think right now actually might be a decent time, because there's a big dip due to this coronavirus. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I really can't help but feel, does anybody, give me a yes or no, does anybody feel like some of this coronavirus hype is like, could be potentially be some bullshit? Like, does anybody else feel like maybe it's a big distraction? That it's not a coincidence that it's all kind of happening right during the impeachment trial. Because remember, more people die from the flu than from the coronavirus. Like, just so you know that, right? The flu is actually, it's contagious. It's I think more deadly, right? I mean, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying that I'm just gonna blow it off and act like it ain't no big deal. But I just can't help but feel like this coronavirus talk is like a little bit of hype. So when the market started dipping on the coronavirus, I ain't gonna lie, I started buying a lot of stock, because I said, as soon as they realize there's a bunch of bullshit, it's gonna scoop right back up. So that's my 2 cents, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not gonna sit and pretend like I know everything, but my spidey senses are telling me that there's something not right about this. So anyway, once again, my website is boycewatkins.com, or you can go to intelligentblackpeople.com to join our tribe of intelligent Black people. Please hit the thumbs up button before you go. Hit the share, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitter, please retweet. I'm out, guys. Have a good day. Love you every bit. And I will talk to you soon. Be good. Peace.